would be protected. And I think it's one of the questions is, would the mineral resource overlay create pressure to place overlays on other properties? This is an area that is rich in minerals, and I'm concerned about a resource overlay that could be immediately north of the current application, which would again create more pressure upon this MPR of Port Ludlow. And I'm sure there are places, such as Fred Hill Materials, where mining takes place that is somewhat more distant from the densities that we see in the MPR. I know there's been a lot of concern about property value being affected. Folks come here to Port Ludlow, they retire, and they expect that they're going to be in a place that's been designated as a resort. And it's not going to be a resort that's immediately adjacent to a mine. And we've also had testimony from Port Ludlow Associates who depend upon having tourists come to the inn at Port Ludlow and the restaurant, and also having people come in and using the boat haven there. All of this is going to be at risk. And I think it's really a deal killer, particularly from an applicant who has not been forthcoming in responding to concerns.
I think that's my point originally, that they had not showed up at the hearing. And even the landowner has signed this over to Quarry to be the applicant. And they certainly have the right to do that. But the landowner, that's the same parent corporation for the master plan resort. In their letter, in our packet here, it does talk about how they say that they always intended to mine this area. And that concerns me, because they're also the ones that really advocated for the MPR so close to it, and the UGA for that, and never challenged the comprehensive plan and its adoption, to my knowledge, or the follow-ups to that, or the Unified Development Code when it was adopted, all those mining regulations, or the updates to that. They just haven't participated in that. So very unlike the mineral lands overlay that was adopted, what was that, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something back there, the last one. When the last one was done last year, we had the applicants advocate for those and there to answer questions throughout the process. In the Shine area, the Fred Hill Materials that you mentioned, there were lots of opportunities for the public to hear what they had in mind. And I do appreciate that about them, that process. And that's really quite absent here. So when I start thinking, okay, would I approve this with conditions, as the staff report has, and the minority report has other conditions, and I've even thought of a couple others I'd like to have in there, I start wondering, is this acceptable to the applicant at all? Because we don't have communication with them on these issues. And so that's just part of my feeling that this isn't right. Poor decision, going to delay. Otherwise, I feel I'm in an awkward position trying to approve it at this stage. So,
I agree. They've intended to mine it. Excuse me, since the 1970s, I find it disingenuous answer in that we're not fair to their development, their own development of resources. They also say that access distance from market less than 10 miles to market. I believe if we did pass this, we should require less than 10 miles to market. Because I don't believe that's truly the case. It's no incompatible land uses existing future, with the doctrine of diminishing assets, it seems to me like it could encroach at some point in time for a level even closer.
I think we need to pay attention to the fact too that the Planning Commission, after putting in time and consideration, voted unanimously, 8-0, to deny the proposal. And I certainly want to incorporate their reasons in the record, as spelled out in the Planning Commission recommendations of 2008.
Just, I really see our choice, but if we deny this, then they can reapply again.
Yes.
Come back next year.
Sure.
And,
They may offer all sorts of, positive conditions or mitigations.
Or at least discuss it.
well, it's, the other option I really see is that we do it for a shorter time period, say like 60 days or something, before we decide and give everybody a chance to work out some kind of compromise. And we could look at and say, does that make sense? Right now, I don't have a real sense of what would be a good compromise for citizens of Port Monroe or Jefferson County in general. We don't have much feedback. At least from one side, got a lot of concerns. The other.
That's why I move that we deny the application. Recognize that it's would apply at any time.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to deny the application MLA08-93 Bernett, and incorporate the criteria brought forward by the planning commission in that denial. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now I'm lost. Where were we?
Conditions.